I'm Danny, that witch next door, and you're listening to That Witch Podcast. Well, hello there. Welcome to the neighborhood, you magical human you. I'm Danny. I'm that witch next door. I am the lead instructor and founder of That Witch School. Today, I am absolutely thrilled to welcome you on an exclusive little orientation tour, if you will, of the haps and the what's goings ons within our magical studious walls here. I launched this membership less than a month ago. It's really been such a short amount of time, and are we just abundantly overflowing with magic? I am floored, absolutely floored with how incredible this experience is really already turning out to be. I have to give an amazing shout out to all of the students already there, making it such a safe and sacred and welcoming and fun place. So for those of you that are really, really interested in That Witch School, but you just want to know a little bit more, what's it actually like in there? Maybe you want more information because you've been on the fence about it. Maybe this is the first time you're hearing about it, and it sounds like your letter to Hogwarts has arrived. You wouldn't be the first to say that. So I wanted to offer you a peek inside. So first and foremost, this is a monthly membership, okay, that is both a very, very educationally based membership and community-based membership. So once you enroll, after you go to thatwitchnextdoor.com/enroll and you select your subscription package, you're going to get a welcome email or a welcome letter sent to your email, and it's going to give you your two main links. One is to your student portal, and the other one is to the private online Mighty Networks community. So first, when you get to your student portal, you get to create a profile on my website. So this is half of this membership is hosted on Mighty Networks, and the other half, where the actual material and educational content is hosted, is on my website, thatwitchnextdoor.com, just to keep things simple and keep it easy. So we have seasonal semesters or quarterly semesters in That Witch School, which means that right now we are in the spring semester, which is March through June. And just to give you an idea of the content alone that everybody has access to just so far in our spring semester, because it's still very, very early in our spring semester. Oh, sorry. Spring semester is April through June. We just started a little bit early because I launched at the end of March, but spring quarter is April through June. So this is just the content that I've released so far. There's definitely more to come throughout the semester, but the big piece of learning material that you get every single quarter, every single semester is a self-paced online course. And I was really excited to let everybody know that the first course that we would be doing is Exploring the Astrological Chart, Part 1, which is basically my very first astrology, zodiac, birth chart class. I was really, really inspired by how well everyone received and loved the applicable astrology mini-series that we did over the winter here on the Witch Podcast. So I created a course and totally inspired by it. We are working our way through part 1. We're exploring the entire wheel of the zodiac, the signs, the planets, and the houses, and the major angles, getting started really looking at where that is on the chart and the different calendar times of year that this is associated with, so we can start getting that visual understanding of the chart, right? We're working our way nice and easy and no pressure through this semester. Everybody has the opportunity to reach out to me privately on Mighty Networks or post about it in Mighty Networks as any thoughts or questions come up while they're working on the course, which is a really, really unique and beneficial tool. Most of the time, you're going to sign up for a birth chart or a natal chart or an introduction to astrology or an introduction to the zodiac workshop. And it's a self-paced course that you get, but it doesn't come with that community aspect. And it's it's a pre-recorded class. And as questions come up, you don't necessarily feel like you have anyone that you can reach out to. That's what I love about offering these self-paced courses inside that witch school, so that not only are you getting these really high quality workshops and courses, but you're getting that community support as well, which is so important in your studies. Other lessons and other things that we're up to so far this spring semester, I released the quickest Cartomancy class. So for anybody just wanting to dive into tarot, they're tired of feeling overwhelmed by it. They want to pick up that deck that's been collecting dust or that's been catching their eye, right, on Etsy or on Instagram or wherever you've seen it, and you just want to get started. I created a really thorough but really concise tarot and oracle card and cartomancy mini class, honestly, that you can apply for any deck. And it's a great outline and structure to either get you started or re-inspire you if you have felt a little disconnected from your cards and your deck lately. We also have access to my next chapter ritual. So since spring is so associated with new beginnings and fresh starts, and this is our very first semester in that witch school, I really wanted to harness that brand new and fresh energy. And I created a custom ritual for everyone all about creating and manifesting your highest good and next chapter. It's really beautiful and special. I'm really proud of it. And then we've already had some bonuses come out. So one thing that's awesome about me being the person running your witch school and your membership is I love getting ideas on the fly and acting on them. We already have got a Chiron episode, that shadow work episode that we did a couple of weeks ago, that was suggested by multiple members in that witch school. And that's why I ended up doing the episode here on that witch podcast. So people are directly contributing already to the show, which is just, it's so cool to me. That kind of started branching into more ideas. People suggested a Chiron episode. So I was able to whip out a bonus episode on Chiron, as well as the journal guide to go along with that. Really similar to how we've been doing in our How to Work with Planetary Energies series that we just started on the podcast. So already we've got lots of bonus content out there. More is coming because I've gotten so many magical and amazing ideas from the students within the community. And so this is already such an extensive list, and it is just booming and thriving and growing more and more and more by the day. So that's a lot of, not everything, that's a lot of what you'll find on your student portal after you enroll. But what about this Mighty Networks? What is going on inside the private online community of that witch school? Well, let me tell you, it is buzzing. It's amazing. It's just, I'm just glowing every single time I talk about it. I could not have asked for a more sacred space and magical people to fill it up with. It's just been absolutely overflowing my heart and more so far. So Mighty Networks, we are already 34 members strong and growing, which is just incredible for being less than a month after launch. So we're doing really, really strong on there. Mighty Networks, if you've never heard of it or never been on there, it's a separate social media platform that looks similar and functions very similarly to Facebook, but it's not owned by Zuckerberg and there's no algorithm. This is a safe and sacred social community, social spiritual community. This is a place where we gather to connect with and talk with people in our neighborhood here that just get it. There are so many of us that, don't have that many people physically close to us, right? Within our physical community that just really practice the same kind of spirituality that we do or really understand it. People that we can really, really connect with and talk to about it. This is really, really common. Not only are you not alone, there are so many people that just like you are seeking and looking for and already in that community. And that's what's been just the most magical thing to watch organically grow. I can take a little credit for putting up the actual platform of Mighty Networks, but the people in it are really who are just filling it with magic already. So this is nice because, like I said, when we're algorithm free, you're not missing posts. The nice part is that Mighty Networks is also very organized. So we have multiple topics in there. They're almost like bulletin boards. And these different topics, you can follow them to keep all of our conversations really streamlined. So if there's certain topics you definitely want notified on, or you want to follow along or comment or engage on or get support in, you can follow those. Or on the flip side, if it's an area that you're like, I'm not really into this, I don't really, not my bag, you can specifically unfollow that topic, and so you don't get any notifications for it or anything, and it won't show up on your feed. It is a feed, but it's super, super customizable, and you won't miss a thing so long as you're going on there and you're looking through those topics and seeing what you like, and you're engaging and chatting with everybody. You won't really miss anything because every single post has just been filled with support and value. And I really can't say enough about it. I'm not even trying. I mean, I know I'm like trying to sell it, but I'm not trying to sell it. It's been so fucking cool because I really feel like I wanted a space like this. And so I went out and made it, and it's really happening. And I would love it if you would join us. I would love it. So some of the topics that we chat about in there, there's curriculum help first and foremost. So anything that we talked about on the student portal, you can hop into the curriculum help and ask questions or see people share their study tools and tips. It's been really, really, really helpful. And then we also have a topic for magical support. So if you have a reading that you're feeling really stuck on, if there's a symbol that you feel like has just been catching your eye or following you and you want people's input about it, it's nice to have a place to go and post about that. And people get it. They don't give you the weird look or just not comment. You know what I mean? That's how it feels on my personal social media. A lot of the time there's not a ton of spiritual understanding. That's totally, totally fine. But I wanted a place for that. And now it is totally available. We also have an after show chat. So we hop on after episodes, talk about different breakthroughs that came up for us, or people can ask me direct questions after an episode, which is super, super nice. It's really, really beneficial. I'm really active in Mighty Networks. I'm checking it at very minimum a couple times in the morning and a couple times at night. So it's a great place to seek out additional support and insights from me after an episode, or to get just more clarity on, clarification on a subject that we were exploring here together. And then, like I said, I think that the coolest part to come out of this is that the community members here are already just directly contributing here to our neighborhood. We've already have just this amazing list of show ideas and topics, not only to go over on the show, but it's inspired me to create more content in general and different types of content, different types of events and classes and digital products. I mean, I'm really, really inspired by all of this amazing community contribution in there. And so that's been one of the most magical parts about this. So for example, the shadow work episode was highly requested within the school. So I did an episode here on the podcast because I figured if that many people in the school wanted it, I assumed a lot of people were feeling called to it. This then therefore inspired a whole new topic that we now talk about in Mighty Networks, which is a shadow work support group. I'm so excited about this because shadow work is a really cathartic process. It's a really beautiful and transformative process, but it can be really, really draining. It can be really heavy. It can be really difficult at times. And so having people that get it, oh my God, that is life-changing solidarity right there. So we created a shadow work support group within Mighty Network so that anybody within the school that wants to join us, and they can join us in different activities that we do, or they can just join the topic to get support here and there as needed, or to offer support here and there as needed as well. To kick things off, I'm hosting a shadow work challenge in Mighty Networks within the shadow work support group right now, so we can all kind of bond and get to know each other. People that have never done shadow work before, not really familiar with the practice, can get a little bit more clarification, a little bit more direction, and some inspiration in creating and developing their unique shadow work journey. So over the next several weeks, I'm taking everyone through a guided shadow work challenge with journal prompts and exercises and tips and rituals and different community engagement exercises and games and stuff like that. I'm really, really excited about it. And again, this entire idea, all of this came from the students really clearly asking for and needing and being called to shadow work, and talking with them in the comments and hearing what their unique needs are and hearing where they uniquely are on their shadow work journey and their path. And thus was born this shadow work support group and this shadow work challenge. So it's just, I'm sorry, but it's the place to be. It's just been amazing. It's just been so freaking cool. And if you are somebody that loves it here in the neighborhood and loves this energy and just resonates with it, I really, really encourage you to at least reach out and ask any questions about the school if you're having any and you're hesitant at all, because it's just such a sacred and valuable place to be. And I am beyond honored and humbled and grateful to be holding that space for everyone. It's just amazing. So it's a really active group. We are active every single day in there. At least somebody posts and engages. It's more than that, but at least that every single day. And it's a very low and no pressure zone. So it doesn't feel like an obligation. It just feels like a nice and supportive place to be. Honestly, it's a really comfy place to scroll. If you need a place to scroll where you're not being triggered by comparison cycles, and you want to learn a little more about astrology and witchcraft, and you want to meet some really cool people, that witch school, it really is. It's the place to fucking be. I am so, so proud, endlessly proud to say that. So all of this that I've gone through and more, we also have monthly group calls. That is also branching into, in the very near future, additional group and community events, including community rituals and circles with each other. And starting next semester, just starting in the summer, we're going to have our first guest teacher as well. So you're not just going to be learning and connecting with me, but I'm going to open and expand the neighborhood even more and give you access to incredible quality, spiritual, witchy teachers and guides and leaders and coaches in the industry. It's just, there's so much magic here. And I cannot wait for you to join us. Please, if you have any questions on this at all, do not hesitate to reach out. All of this is $44 a month. That's it. It's $44 a month. And you could also get that for as low as $37 a month, because you can buy the whole year for $444 for the year. And I know how much you'll love it. But any questions that you have, don't hesitate to reach out. thatwitchnextdoor.com/enroll. Shout out to all of the amazing magical humans already in That Witch School. You seriously light up my life. I love you all so much. Every single one of you listening to this right now, especially getting to this point in the episode, I love you. Thank you for being such a strong and wholehearted supporter of That Witch Next Door. I see you and I appreciate you more than you will ever know. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time today. Stay safe and stay magical out there. Hey, magical human. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of That Witch Podcast. If you want to support the show, the best way to do that is to share with a friend or give a shout out on your social media. You can also leave a 5-star rating and review on both Apple and Spotify. And if you can't get enough of all of our witchy magical content here in the neighborhood, you definitely want to make sure you're subscribed to my email newsletter, That Witch Gazette. It's a really fun, really convenient, one-stop shop to stay up to date on all of the news and happenings here in our neighborhood. If you have any questions, suggestions, ideas for the show, or if you'd like to sponsor an episode, you can send me a message at thatwitchnextdoor.com/conjurethatwitch. Thank you so much. I'll see y'all next time.